It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Bryant Dacus is in the house, and man, I'm fired up on a thirsty Thursday. One, the weather is absolutely beautiful, but last night, it was just perfect. Grizzlies took care of business against the Pistons in the second half. And man, as bad as the Tigers looked in that first half and down the stretch, and as scary as that one was, Tigers pulled it out in overtime and beat VCU. We're going to talk Grizzlies. We're going to talk Tigers. We're also going to talk about D'Angelo Williams being inducted to the College Football Hall of Fame on Tuesday night. We're going to do all that stuff at 11:30 with our good buddy Isaac Simpson. Me and Dacus, though, in here in just a few minutes are going to talk a little about our opinions on the Tiger basketball game, though, last night, because there are some things like that game. Look, there's nothing that feels better than a Tiger basketball win. I was talking about this last night with a good buddy of mine. Like when they pull it out and they win, like the elation, the relief, the excitement. Like a Tiger win's great, feels so deadgum good. But when things are going bad and you are screaming at your TV and your puppies are scared over in a corner because they don't know why you're yelling, box out. Put your body on somebody. Grab a damn rebound when you're screaming about all the things going on. Why are you guarding 45 feet away? Like they're not going to shoot it out there. Why are you trying to get a steal out there and go around and leaving that little kid to hit the three when you up three? There's all kinds of things that you're screaming at the TV about. We're going to discuss a few of these things. Also, just what is it about this team and why is it they can't? Like when the ball goes up, there's nothing that drives me crazy. They just turn around and they look up. Put a body on somebody. Nick Jourdain, by the way, if he would have boxed out my little homie right there with 30 seconds left in the ball game, Tigers win that game in regulation.
Made up for it, though, in overtime with a massive block.
But not just the block. The pick and roll where he finishes at the rim. Also, don't forget, before even that, the defense that he had out on the dude down in the perimeter when he pulled out and just got all up in his face and made that shot so almost impossible he didn't have a chance to make it. He airballed that bad boy. So, yes, he made up for it. But there is a problem. It's not. I just was picking on Nick Jourdain saying if he boxed out on this one play, you don't even have overtime. But the Tigers have an issue, and that is boxing out. That is getting rebounds. It's giving up way too many damn offensive rebounds, too many dunks last night. But we're going to get into the Tigers basketball a lot because, man, Tigers won. Very important game. And up next is Mississippi State. Sunday.
No, Texas A&M. Sunday.
Did I say Mississippi State? Woo! I know Texas A&M.
Early morning, John.
But, dude, did you see the whipping Texas A&M put on DePaul last night?
I did. Yeah,
see, I know which team I'm talking about. Just sometimes comes out wrong. I'm telling you, I'm going to blame that on the Red-Eye Jedi, Dacus. Have you seen the Jedi?
No.
Look at it. I brought it for you.
Oh, great.
Can you see the Jedi on the tube?
No, you can't. And I think it's probably good. Okay, now you can. Yep.
You can?
Yes, you can. Thank you.
Go get the Jedi, people. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, Tigers got the win. Grizzlies took care of business. Great night in Memphis. So we're going to talk a lot of Memphis, Maine. But also, don't forget, it's Thursday. So at 12 o'clock, we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk with the Rebels. I'm excited about talking about the Peach Bowl. While I don't want to do a New Year's Day Bowl in Atlanta because I want to watch all the games and I want to be comfortably hungover in my own crib, I'm excited about this game because Ole Miss playing Penn State, I think, is going to be a hell of a football game. Hell of a football game because the Rebels Like when you think about the Rebels of the past, high-flying offenses don't play a whole lot of defense. It's kind of how, that's what, comes to mind. This team's much more balanced. Their defense is pretty damn good. Quinshon Judkins. They got 2 wide receivers with 1,000 yards. Jackson Dart's playing out of his damn mind, running the ball. Played great from the quarterback position. Offensive line is going to get a lot healthier because at the end of the regular season, they were beat up. They get healthy for Penn State. Watch out, Rebels. Do you know what the line is, by the way, Mr. Dacus?
I have not a clue, John.
What would you I want to play a little game with you. If Penn State, you're the line setter, you're going to be Greg Peterson for the day.
Greg Peterson doesn't do football, though.
I know that, but it's all just you're pretending. Come on now. Ole Miss, Penn State, what are you making this line?
Penn State -3.
Ole Miss, Penn State -3?
Yeah, I love Penn State, John.
Really?
I love Penn State.
Well, you're close. Penn State's 3.5.
Wow, spot on.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
good. You did a good Greg Peterson.
Wow, I'm Greg Peterson.
I love the Rebels plus 3.5. I think Penn State's offense is terrible. Like, I really do. I'm sorry, I don't trust Drew Lair, whatever the hell his name is. Can't get any names right. Aller. See, I didn't even get it right with 2 tries. I don't trust him. I just don't. I mean, this running game was supposed to be great. Everybody talks about their offensive line, how physical and big their offensive line is. Oh, their left tackle is going to be, top 15 pick in the NFL draft. Can't remember his name is because I couldn't pronounce it. But I just think Ole Miss is going to come in here and actually take care of business, and I don't believe this is homerism. I really don't. I think you have a much better quarterback. I think this Ole Miss defense is much better than people give it credit for. Pete Golding's going to have a good plan for Penn State's very vanilla offense. And I'm telling you, I think they're going to be able to score. Now, speaking of an SEC Big Ten game that I think is crazy, did you look at the Ohio State? Damn, I can't say anything straight. Did you look at Missouri and Ohio State and what the line was in that one?
No, John. I'll be honest. In case you ask for any more games, I haven't looked at any of the lines for any of these, so I'm completely out of the. I'm completely in the dark on these.
For real?
Yeah.
You don't get as excited about betting on the bowl games as I do, obviously.
Well, I mean, it's like 2 weeks.
It's like a Christmas tradition. It doesn't feel like
so.
Christmas till you start betting on bowl games.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of the truth.
No, you're right.
I know. I thank you. I do know I'm right. But the Missouri game. I mean, think about this: Missouri and Ohio State. Who would you pick? Because you just nailed the last one. Missouri, Ohio State.
Pressure, jeez.
What do you think the line is in this game? 10-2 Missouri, 11-1 in Ohio State.
Ohio State -6.5.
Missouri -1.5.
Really? Wow.
And you know why, don't you?
Because they expect opt-outs for. Well, they don't have quarterback.
Well, I was gonna say, did you see how many people have already gotten into the portal?
I have not.
Their wide receiver Fleming, he's jumped into the transfer portal.
Wow.
Kyle McCord,
Yeah.
their quarterback, has jumped into the transfer portal. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. going to play?
That's a good question. Probably.
I mean, he's going to be first wide receiver taken off the board probably. Does he play? Missouri's bringing back. I mean, what's his name? Burton, Brady Cook, like that defense. The little running back man, that little running back dude, Schrader, the kid who was what was he D2?
That's right.
Like at Truman or something.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, this dude out there is going to be running hard. Missouri, they're going to end up. I think Missouri, they're 1.5 point favorite. That just says Missouri's going to come out and take this game serious. It's the Cotton Bowl. It's a big game. It's against Ohio State. As we're again, Ohio State and Ryan Day, they're already looking for another quarterback. They've got transfers in the portal out the wazoo. I love Mizzou. Now, we're also going to talk a little bit about the Heisman, things like that. I got some great Hardwood stories today, too, by the way. 12:30, we're going to jump into Hardwood. 12 o'clock, we got Evie Van Pelt. And then, of course, we got just in a minute Isaac Simpson. But back to a little Tiger basketball. Very big win for the Tigers last night. If they did not get that W, I can't imagine how miserable doing my job today would have been. Text probably would have been a little bit ugly.
Sure.
The vibe in the city would have been terrible, don't you think?
I think so.
We would have had an uptick in probably all the bad things that happen around the city sometimes. You know what I'm saying about? You know what I'm saying? Like car thefts, murder, things of that nature. I think it would have been wild. I think it was a very peaceful night. Was it peaceful around where you live?
Sure.
My neighborhood was very peaceful. Very peaceful. And I think it had a lot to do with the Tigers and the Grizzlies both getting the dub. But if they did not win, what would we be screaming about? Well, a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things. And I think number one, we talked about it earlier, is the defense of rebounding. When you're giving up as many offensive rebounds as the Tigers do, it's unacceptable. And it's not because you're not long and athletic. You are long athletic. You got a bunch of dudes down there who can grab boards. It's because you never put a body on anybody. And I listened to Penny in the postgame with Wolo after the ball game. I felt a lot better after listening to Penny because Penny came on and right off the top, before Wolo could really even start talking about it, he just started screaming, "I just don't understand it." We practice it every single day. Boxing out, rebounding, boxing out, rebounding, boxing out, rebounding. I'm glad he at least said it. And he knew immediately what their big issue was. But damn it, what is he doing to actually fix it? Eli was dropping mad stats this morning. Eli brought up Tigers under Penny rebounding in the country where they were ranked. And every single year, they were outside the top 220. They were in the 300s a couple times. Except for one year, they were actually 30th in the country. That was 2020. Had 1 year where they actually rebounded extremely well. The rest of the time, they're a terrible rebounding team. And I think to myself, you've had Jalen Duren. You've had Precious. You've had a bunch of dudes down low who should be getting boards. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about these guys not realizing, hey, when the ball goes up and we're playing defense, look around and put your rear end, your backside on another man and box out. It almost came back to, like the Tigers, the fact that they won this game is a miracle when you give up 17 offensive rebounds. Damn.
And 8 to the kid from London, or 7 from the kid from London.
Lawal, my
That guy
goodness.
can play. He's soft.
Lawal we got so lucky that he got his fourth foul with about 9 minutes left in the basketball game.
And he fouled out before overtime.
And he found out right
left,
before overtime. But the thing was, we got lucky there because that dude was tearing. He had, like you said, 7 offensive rebounds. He had springs in his step.
Yeah, 16 points. 8 rebounds, 7 of them being offensive. Yeah,
dude, when Lawal got in foul trouble, I said, "Oh my gosh, we got a chance."
I think that was his season high. It might have been career high for him.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: that kid is thick, strong, gets boards. Man, he was actually good, I think, shooting last night, too. Every time he was down there, it felt like he was dunking the basketball right in the Tigers' face.
Well, that's the thing, John. They gave up, the commentators could not stop talking about the amount of dunks that Memphis was allowing. Every single time. They showed a graphic in the second half, and it was like...
Shoot, I think that was the first thing Matt Dillon started talking about last night after the game. Was like, how many dunks can you give up in a game?
They flashed up a graphic, and it was like... this was late in the second half, and it was like VCU has 16 or 17 dunks, and then anything outside of a dunk, they were 8 for 35. And the guys, the commentators, I don't know who was doing the game last night. They were like, Memphis' defense hasn't been bad unless they're a foot from the rim, and then they can't defend anybody, and they're giving up all these dunks. It's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
40 points in the paint last night for VCU.
It
was the Jordan Brown effect, John.
No, it was not. Definitely was that. But I would say, who was also efficient inside the paint last night? That'd be the Memphis Tigers. Did you see what they did in the second half when they were inside the paint?
Yeah, no, the Tigers played much better in the second half. 40 points in the second half. They needed everything.
Man, and David Jones is that dude. Let's just be real. When he got it, when he hurt himself, that's also I was like, we got a chance when Lawal got his fourth foul and went out. And then when David Jones was down on the ground,
squirming
hitting the court,
minutes.
I was thinking,
Jeez.
oh my gosh, we just lost this game, man. And yeah, I was a little upset about that, but dang,
It's
man.
scary. I mean, as you should be.
It didn't look good. Only thing, David Jones, he hit a huge three, but man, if he was on from a 3-point line, he would have been. I mean, this game wouldn't have been close.
Yeah, 1 for 7 from.
But
three.
he was terrible from
6
outside. But
turnovers
man,
as
when
well.
he was
He's a
taking the ball to the
turnover
rack, and by
machine.
the way, let's be. And I hate to do this. What was it like? How the Tigers could not get a call on their end. David Jones was getting bumped. They were going to the rack. They were getting bumped. And if we blew on VCU, they were blowing the whistle. That was bothering me also a little bit. Maybe I was just my.
It was an even 21-21 on fouls.
Oh, I know it ended that way because the final 9 minutes, VCU, who couldn't score. By the way, did you see what VCU shot for field goal percentage over the final 9 minutes of that game after Lawal got his fourth bell?
No, I mean I know it wasn't good because that's
They had
when the
one.
Tigers,
They only had one field goal
came
down
back.
that stretch.
Interesting.
Yeah, they just were hitting free throw lines because they had a bunch of free throw trouble. But man, yeah, they did not score down the stretch like field goals
What'd you think about the lineups? I was talking
until well for a long stretch because then what's his name when Caleb Mills chased around 40 feet from the basket and gave the little white kid that open 3-pointer that he buried right there at the end. Sholga, thank you. I couldn't think of it.
He's their best player.
Man, that dude had a pretty stroke. But
I think
man,
he's a
why
transfer.
are you chasing around a screen 40 feet from the basket and giving him a damn open look like that?
Yeah, this kid came from he came with their coach from Utah State. So he's been he's like their best player. He's really good. Really good player.
Yeah.
What did you think about the lineups last night, John? I mean, we were seeing a little bit of everybody last night. I mean, Carl was getting some
Pierre
run.
was up in that
Pierre
joint.
got some run. Let's see how many minutes all these guys had.
Young got
Pierre
a lot
had
of run.
8 minutes. I mean, when's the last time Jonathan Pierre was in the court? Carl got 6, and it was early in the game.
I
It was the
get
first
why
half.
you want to give him some minutes right now, but right now, even Penny said it last night, his nerves,
Who?
Jonathan Pierre.
It's a big jump. I mean, D2 to D1, that's a massive
He said
jump.
that right now he's got to help manage his nerves and he's got to get it under effect because, like, again, this dude is 6'9", long as can be. Like, he could be, like, by the end of the season, a very valuable piece for this Tiger team coming off the bench. I mean, damn. Nick Jourdain, by the way, what an overtime for him.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Nick.
They needed him. I mean,
But, man, the pick and roll ran by Quinterly and Jourdain at that moment of the basketball game was so crucial. And for him to be able to finish, like, from that, man, I thought that was just a beautiful pick and roll. JQ came up with some big plays, but he also had some dumb turnovers last night. You cut down on some of those turnovers, and he has a great, great game. Hit that big three. That three was huge. By the way, Malco, I know you're going to sit there and say, John, are you saying 1 for 2 is great? No, but he shoots like, 55% for the season? Something around there?
yeah, something like that.
Well, man, when he had those free throws, I was just like, oh, my God, please make one of these.
Oh, when
Please.
David Jones went down and he had to step up.
No,
to
that
shoot his
he
free
made
throws?
one there too. He
did,
went 1 for
yeah.
2.
That's what I thought you
But
were
I'm talking
talking
about to tie the basketball game
Oh, right.
and then give us an opportunity to stop them and play defense
it'd been nice
and
to beat
force
them
this
both
thing
of
to
them.
overtime. It would have been nice.
Yeah, he is a 50% free throw shooter.
But the fact that he made at least one, because when he got fouled
Jerome
around the
Brown.
basket and didn't finish, I was going, oh my God, he's got to make one of these.
He does.
Oh, he's got to make one of these. And he hit the first one. Then I was praying for the second one, but I didn't think, I was like, oh, he hit the first one and the second one ain't going in.
John, I saw this when we were talking about you were talking about offensive rebounds, and I wanted to bring it up, and now I can't find it. Memphis ranks. Hold on, give me a second. 321st in opposing offensive rebound percentage.
What I tell you, it's terrible.
324th puts them in the same conversation as. Oh, let's see. UNC Asheville, Harvard. Not schools I want to be in the same category with. Fairleigh Dickinson.
Good Lord. Again, you got Malcolm down there when Brown's going to be healthy. You got him. Let's not forget Jourdain. Nick Jourdain is, 6'9" as well? Mm-hmm. Caleb Mills, a very long 6'6" athletic guard. Like, these dudes can rebound. David Jones is just a full-grown ass man. Like, what is wrong with, like, he got 8 rebounds last night. He did his part. Like, this team just needs to start putting a body on somebody and boxing somebody out. And who knows how far. The other thing that's kind of got me a little bit nervous, but not just the rebounding. Are you worried about Walton?
No, not really. Are you?
He's definitely taken, like, he came out hotter than a firecracker, bro. Remember how he's like my favorite player? I'm like, oh my God, his stroke is so pure. He can defend 6'7", long, athletic. Oh, smart. Oh, look at this guy. Then he gets, I think that was my knee.
Was it on the table?
Yeah. The chair's a little bit higher today for some reason, so
See.
I bumped that in there. I guess I'm going to lower it during the break.
That's a good idea.
But Jaquan Walton has kind of just disappeared. I'm not terribly worried about it. I'm a little bit worried about it.
That's something to keep an eye on.
I mean, he hadn't scored in double figures in the last 3 games. That's something to worry about. When he came out at the beginning of the season, my man was a stroker ace, was born to race. He was hitting threes like it was going out of style. We'll keep an eye on it. I still think Walton's going to be great. But Quinterly, Caleb Mills, Nick Jourdain, Malcolm had a great game, actually. Like, he had one of the best games, I think, as a Tiger. Still fouled out, but he's going to do that. Played a lot of minutes. So, good Tiger win. But we going to take a little bitty timeout, okay? But I want to remind you, do you know where I'm going to be tomorrow?
Cordova's Hardware, John.
Dead gum right I am. It's the Big Green Egg. It's a little early Christmas party action. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a whole lot of fun out there doing a whole lot of things. We're going to cook tenderloin, wings. We're going to cook pizza. We're going to be cooking on the Big Green Egg at the Cordova Ace Hardware from 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock. My show will be out there. Dacus' show will be out there. Him and Brett Norsworthy. We're going to be doing all kinds of things, and there's going to be deals out there. Deals. You can get $100 off the large egg, $150 off the extra large egg, $50 off the Egg Genius. Come out there, join us tomorrow, Friday, a little early Christmas party at Ace Hardware in Cordova. On the other side, we got Isaac Simpson, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Memphis, home of the blues, world-renowned barbecue, and award-winning craft beers. Now you can take a dive into these great libations with City Brew Tours Memphis. City Brew Tours Memphis offers a craft beer adventure with behind-the-scenes access to local breweries. See for yourself how craft beer is made, learn about different styles of beer, delve into beer history, and discover the secrets behind the Memphis brews. Best of all, with City Brew Tours, you will take your taste buds on a journey with beer tastings at each brewery stop, complemented by local snacks to munch on. City Brew Tours handles transportation to the breweries, too. You drink, they drive. Looking for the perfect gift idea this holiday season? Treat your loved ones to an unforgettable experience. A local craft beer tour with City Brew Tours Memphis. Head over to citybrewtours.com/Memphis and brew up your craft beer adventure today.
Merry Christmas from Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. We're here to make your holiday season extra cozy and cheerful. For the first 50 customers who purchase a new Carrier system or tankless water heater, we have a special gift for you. Choose from a free 75-inch smart TV, a PlayStation 5, an Xbox X, a Nintendo Switch, or a $500 gift card on us. It's our way of spreading holiday joy. But hurry, this festive offer will only last through December 24th. Enjoy a comfortable Christmas and a special present from Choate's. Because when you choose us, you're not just a customer, you're family. Schedule your free estimate today at 901-347-8086. Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Let our family serve your family this holiday season. Wishing you a warm and joyful Christmas from Choate's.
Ian Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Ryan Leaf and I are set for the Patriots and the Steelers from Pittsburgh this week. Mike Tomlin's squad still in the mix for an AFC playoff spot, but fell to 7-5 last week. Can they get back on the winning track against Ezekiel Elliott and the Patriots? Join us to find out on Thursday Night Football.
Right here on Sports 56.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thursday Night Football is on, and it's only on Prime. Tonight, two perennial AFC powers tangle as the New England Patriots march into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon, live from Pittsburgh. It's the Patriots and the Steelers on Thursday Night Football, and it's on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
My Westies.
WestiesMemphis.com.
Westies Hot Fudge Pie. By now, you know we're famous for a hot fudge pie. But have you tried the new Cajun Alfredo?
The new spicy on our menu.
Fettuccine noodles, homemade Alfredo, sliced bell peppers, diced green onions, smoked sausage, and Cajun sauteed shrimp? Are you kidding me?
Wow. What you said?
Often imitated?
Never duplicated.
The new Cajun Alfredo.
Only at the North End's Westies.
Oh, my. So good.
We deliver 7 nights a week.
Downtown Memphis. Oh, my.
Open late till 2 a.m.
So good.
Join us December 7, 8, and 9 for our 40th anniversary celebration. Festivities kick off at 6 p.m. nightly. Old friends, new friends, and hot fudge pie.
It's a Big Green Egg early Christmas at Cordova Ace Hardware, Friday, December 8th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We'll cook tenderloin, wings, pizza, and dessert all on the Big Green Egg. Try our new sauces and seasonings and check out the platinum selection of Big Green Egg equipment and egg accessories. Get $100 off the large egg, $150 off the extra large egg, $50 off the Egg Genius, and up to $70 off the Egg Expander kits. The Big Green Egg early Christmas party, Friday, December 8th, 11 to 6 at Cordova Ace Hardware, 1740 North Germantown.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus all day long. It's a thirsty Thursday and life feels good. Grizzlies got the win and the cover. Tigers somehow won that game and covered last night. Oh my goodness. It feels so good. But we also have a few concerns. They are 6-2 and have some very, very big wins this year. The Michigan win, the Arkansas win, of course, going on the road and winning in Missouri. These are great wins. Getting a win road at VCU, tough atmosphere. Of course, Tigers, by the way, they get everybody's best game, do they not? It's wild. And don't you dare. You just chuckled over there, Mr. Dacus.
I did not chuckle over here. John, I didn't do anything. I'm
Ole
sitting here
Miss
looking at my
can't
computer.
hit a 3 to save their life, and they shoot 50% against the Tigers.
Looking at my computer, John.
VCU, please, man. They lost to Norfolk State. They're losers of 3 in a row now. And they come out there, and they're fired at the beginning of that damn game. And they're getting offensive rebounds and dunks like it's a damn dunk contest. Like Vince Carter's out there. Man, Law's got some ups like some Carter action, though. That was nasty. But we're going to talk about the Tigers with, of course, Isaac Simpson. But I do have to ask Isaac something. Isaac. I don't know if you know this, buddy, but I went to Top Gun Memphis yesterday and shot machine guns. And it was one of the most exhilarating experiences. I'm like Jack Bauer, bro. I brought in the proof. Like, I had a fully automatic machine gun. I am destroying stuff. I put up my my target, and it was a man holding a gun to a woman. My job is to not take out the woman, right? With a machine gun. Dacus, how did I do?
You did great. You didn't touch the woman. You nailed the guy.
I smoked him. I put like 20 bullets all up in his chest. Saved the woman's life. I went home and told Chas I was a hero. I'm like, come on, man, I'm a hero. I saved the woman. But no, for real, going out to Top Gun Memphis is out of control. You can get the machine gun package at Top Gun for only $89. You can buy it as a gift to give to somebody out there who loves living life and having fun. If you need to get a little something out, trust me, that'll work. And by the way, it includes 3 different machine guns you get to shoot. It includes all 3 of the guns. It includes the ammo. It includes the range safety officer and a shooting lane, man. For $89. Are you kidding me? Go do it. It's a great gift. Other great gifts. You got the handgun permit classes. So buy the ultimate Christmas gifts. Get them at Top Gun Memphis. Or just go to TopGunMemphis.com. That's TopGunMemphis.com. Try them, shoot them, buy them. All at Top Gun Memphis. Isaac, you ever shot a machine gun, homie?
I have. I actually have, man.
It's fun,
like
isn't
you said, man. It is, man. Got to get like Rambo out there. No, but that's awesome, man. That's not easy to do with a machine gun, man. So if you're able to do that, man, you got some accuracy going, man.
Bro, I'm sending you my picture, dude. I am telling you right now, this old man out there, because I told him I was going to do this, because I talk a lot of trash, and this old man was like, oh, you ain't going to be able to do it with that machine gun. And I was like, bro, you don't know, man. I'm like Jack Bauer up in this joint. Then I blasted that joint, and then the guy goes, oh, are you part of a military branch? Or were you a part of the military, son? I said, yes, CTU. And he looked at me like I was crazy. That's, by the way, you have to watch 24 to know what the hell I'm talking about. You've never seen it. But no, it was a lot of fun. So if you want to do it, check it out. Everybody go to TopGunMemphis.com. $89. Bam, that's a hell of a Christmas present. Now, I'll also be out there, by the way, next Thursday from 11 to 1. So come out there and see me, Isaac. I'll get you on one of those machine guns. Y'all all come see me 11 to 1 next week out at Top Gun Memphis. Now, Isaac.
That sounds good.
We're a 3-point shooting machine at the beginning of the season. You remember that?
I do remember. I'm old enough to remember.
I'm old enough to remember those good old days where they were just draining threes left and right. They did shoot pretty damn good last night. They really did. They had 38.1%, I believe. Yeah,
8 of 21.
Yeah, 8 of 21. So they did shoot it well. But David Jones couldn't hit one last night, even though he played great, especially in the paint. Grabbed 8 big boards. Like, he was great. But I'm worried about Jaquan Walton, and that's where I want to start. He's kind of disappeared since he had that very, very fast start at the beginning of the season. You a little worried about him?
I think he'll be fine. He got banged up in an Ole Miss game, and maybe he suffered effects of that because he came off the bench. They switched the starting lineup. He actually didn't start last night. And he didn't hit a big shot late. He only had 3 points, and it was a big 3. That corner 3 he hit it. They really needed it at that point. It's weird, man, watching this team, because if you go back to the Michigan and Arkansas games, and I watching those games, I was like, man, this is amazing. Like, you got all these new guys together. It looks like they already have really good chemistry. They look good on both ends of the floor. They were on the string on defense. Everything looked good. And ever since that first half against Villanova, they just don't look like the same team. They've kind of reverted back to some of the stuff that you saw with teams in the past, like just a lot of ISO basketball, turnovers, just don't look sure of themselves out there. And it's weird because, again, early they looked like this was going to be different. So now Penny, after the game, is kind of talking about the chemistry. And, again, you have a lot of guys that were star players on the teams that they were before, and they were kind of the man. And he's saying that they're kind of struggling, trying to build that chemistry because they're all used to being the guy. They believe they can get by their man. They believe they can hit every shot. So they're out there all playing star ball, and that they're not going to win like that. They have to find a way to kind of share the basketball. Some nights it's going to be this guy. Some nights it's going to be that guy. And I think that's kind of what you're seeing. I think that's leading to some of the turnovers. But it's weird because, again, early against two really good teams, Michigan and Villanova, they look like a different team. They look poised. They look together. And I don't know what's happened, but it seems like now they're kind of looking like what you probably would have expected when you throw a lot of new guys together like that.
Yeah, when they were playing Michigan and Arkansas and Missouri, they were clicking on all cylinders. Things look a little bit different. A couple plays that you can just like look at and grab immediately. Caleb Mills, they had 3-on-1. You had Quinterly running quick to the basket. You had David Jones trailing. Caleb Mills went straight at him, lost the ball out of bounds. Still was a foul, but damn, you had the easy basketball play by just making a simple pass.
Yeah, had David Jones there, could have found him. They were lucky he got the foul on that play. But you see a lot of plays like that. Guys just forcing the basketball. Even going back to the end of that Ole Miss game, I feel like they could have got a better shot than what Quinterly ended up with. They had enough time.
Yeah, they had Hardaway in the corner.
Shot. So he had Ashton Hardaway in the corner, and you definitely would have rather have him taking that shot because that's his money shot. But I would have felt good with him taking that shot, and he kind of rushed it and just threw up an out-balanced shot. Even if he was going to take the shot, he didn't have to take the shot the way he did. I guess he just lost track of time. But, man, they definitely have some things to work through. They're super talented. I think the rebounding, man, and I was looking at the box score. I hadn't even looked at the box score. Memphis actually out-rebounded VCU last night. They were -4 on the offensive board.
Are you
but
serious?
Watching that game last night, I wouldn't have thought that. Like, I would have thought they got killed on the board. And they actually won the rebounding battle 39-37 in that game.
Damn. I just know there were so many offensive rebounds and second chance points by VCU that I was about to go crazy. And I just kept thinking to myself, box out.
Yeah, I was going to say, it just felt like a little piece of their soul was taken away every time they missed a shot, man. It seemed like they were able to get the offensive rebound. And that's the reason why they were able to stay in the game. They just, every time they miss a shot, it's like Memphis. And the thing about it is, I don't think it was necessarily a lack of effort from Memphis. I mean, you had guys, they were tipping the balls up trying to get them. They just couldn't get those rebounds. And VCU, it seemed like every break, every loose ball went their way. Even when Memphis played good defense, there would be a deflection, tap out. It would tap out to somebody wide open for a shot. They had a lot of lucky bounces. Memphis couldn't catch a break in that game last night, doesn't seem.
And the weird thing was last night, remember every single time that they would get close or tie the basketball game and then have an opportunity to take the lead, they'd turn the ball over, throw it away, take a dumb shot. They couldn't, they didn't take the lead in the second half till there was about 2 minutes left in the basketball game. It was a wild game, but they won that bad boy at the end. And again, I mean, VCU, it's kind of like the Ole Miss game. VCU led that game for 75% of that game, over 30 minutes.
Yeah, over 30 minutes, yeah.
And the Tigers pulled it out. And remember, the Tigers led the game against Ole Miss for over 30 minutes, and Ole Miss pulled it out.
Yeah, man, that Ole Miss loss, man, that stings, man. I hate that they couldn't pull that out because, I mean, things would be a lot different right now. You'd feel much better if they had came out with those 2 wins. And now you got 3 tough games on the horizon, and these are the 3 at Texas A&M on Sunday, followed by Clemson and Virginia. They still have an opportunity to build a really good resume. I think they need to find a way to win 2 or 3, at least. And coming out last night, man, it's not going to be easy because Texas A&M is one of the best offensive rebound teams in the country. So that's a little scary going on the road Sunday because you know that's going to be a madhouse. They're going to be fired up and ready to go. And these teams, they're fired up to play against Memphis, man. I've watched VCU. I've checked in on them a couple of times this year because I knew Memphis was playing them. You watch Ole Miss, even though they were undefeated, they hadn't looked like that. And Villanova's looked like trash ever since they beat Memphis. Those teams get fired up to play Memphis. Memphis has to match that energy. We've seen them come out slow and get slow starts against these teams, and you can't do that on the road. I mean, they were able to do that against VCU, but they're not going to be. If they get down like they got down to VCU against Texas A&M, they're probably going to get run out of the gym. I don't think they're going to make that kind of comeback against Texas A&M. So they got to find a way to get better starts. And Penny talked about this after the game last night. He's still playing too many guys. I think that was one of the reasons why they struggled early. I mean, the guys can't get in the rhythm, and that's something that
is he just trying to experiment and find somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he played Pierre and he played Young. I mean, he played.
Yeah,
Darren
Van played as well. So, yeah, I mean, you can't. Some of those guys you just can't play. You have to live and die with your main guys. You can't be experimenting, especially on the road. I know VCU is not a great team, like you said. They lost to Norfolk State coming in, but Memphis was only a 3-point favorite, so I guess Vegas kind of knew that was going to be a tough game. But anytime you go on the road against a reputable team that's well coached, they're gonna give you a fight, man. That crowd was ready. They were ready. That team was hyped up, man, for that game because again, Memphis it was a quad one opportunity for VCU, so they were ready, and Memphis definitely didn't match that energy early.
Man, you talked about Texas A&M and how good they are at offensive rebounding. If anybody saw the massacre of what they did to DePaul last night, DePaul is a terrible basketball team. I'm not going to sit there and try to pretend that DePaul is any good. I mean, have they won this year? I don't think they have. I don't think DePaul has won one game. Maybe they've won a game.
They're like 271 in the net.
Yeah, they're just bad. But dude, Texas A&M
they are a bad basketball team.
beat the brakes off of them. Like it was ugly. It was unmerciful. They won one
against South Dakota back in.
I thought they had won one.
So they got one game in the year. So I'm not going to sit there and just say, like, oh man, did you see what they did last night? I'm scared, but I am scared about the fact that they rebound the ball so well. I'm also a little bit worried that it's on the road down at College Station. It's a Sunday 3:00 tip. Is Jordan Brown going to be at this basketball game? And if he is he going to be motivated to go stick his butt on somebody and grab some boards and do the dirty work?
Man, I certainly hope so. Because even though it looked like Jordan Brown's not a great fit because of he's not a guy. He's more of a plotter, old school big. He's not a guy that's going to get up and down. Not the modern day big, and then he wants to push the basketball, but. With the way they're rebounding, man, they have to find a way to utilize him because they just haven't had a presence in the paint, man. It's been too easy for teams to score on a paint on them, so they just got to find a way to make that work. So hopefully he's out there. I know there was a lot of speculation yesterday when it came out that he was with the illness, quote unquote illness. A lot of people are thinking maybe there's something else going on there. I hope it's not. I hope it's exactly what they say it is, and he is sick, and hopefully he's ready to go on Sunday because that, like you said, that they're going to be fired up and ready to go. Memphis beat them last year here, so out in College Station, they're going to be looking for a little bit of revenge this year. So that's going to be a tough one, but I mean it's a big opportunity because if you win that one, that kind of makes up for the Ole Miss loss, and then you still got a ranked Clemson team coming in here, and Virginia that's right outside the top 25 coming up. So they got opportunities, man. That they just got to go out there and take them. But I'm with you, man. I'm a little bit worried going into Sunday. Because they can't give up offensive rebounds the way that they've been giving up, or they're going to get ran out of the gym. And Jordan Brown, I think, is a big part of that. It is weird because they have nice size with their guards. David Jones was a really good rebounder last year. I think he averaged 8 rebounds.
Dude,
they just got to put more. They got to get more effort on that end from everybody. It has to be a team effort. Jordan Brown can help, but it has to be a team effort from everybody, I think, in order for them to fix that. And they have personnel because those guys, like I said, they have size with their guards. They're not a small team, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's just a thing. They got to start boxing out. It's pretty much simple, man. You can't just turn around and look up at the rim. Put your body on somebody, damn it. But, man, Nick Jourdain finished great. But like, by the way, that overtime, it feels like he's starting to get his rhythm going. He also is somebody who did, if he would have boxed out in the regulation, the game would have been won in regulation.
Yeah.
But damn, man, they got the win. That's what matters. But got to ask you, man, David Jones. I mean, he's just that dude right now for the Tigers?
Man, he is. Man, he's something else, man. I'm hoping he's able to go. He said he left the arena in a walking boot last night, but he was in good spirits. So I'm hoping Penny said he kind of reactivated. He twisted his ankle in practice. I think he said about 3 weeks ago, and he kind of tweaked that again. But hopefully he's able to go because if he's not able to go, I think that really changes things. I don't know if they can go down there and compete with Texas A&M without David Jones in the lineup. I mean, he's just a guy. And I know there's a lot of people saying they kind of selfish, but I don't mind it because anytime a guy that's talented, man, you want him taking those shots. I mean, there are times where he probably takes bad shots, but that's what the star players that can score like that, that's going to happen at times. They're going to take bad shots. They're going to be selfish at times, but I don't think it's anything bad because I think they need him to be that guy in order to maximize and be successful.
I am 100% with you. He goes down there and, maybe do a little spin down low or whatever and comes up short at the rim or whatever. I don't care. He's going to the rack. He's aggressive, and damn, most of the time he finishes.
Yeah, and when he doesn't, he gets to the free throw line a lot. And he knocked down his free throws. So that was a scary moment last night, though, man. I thought he was done. I couldn't believe when he came back in that game. I'm like, they went and retaped it, man. He was back in there. Still was walking a little gingerly, but he was still got to the basket, was able to get to the basket and blow by guys. So hopefully it's something that he can rest and he's able to go on Sunday, because if not, that's going to be a big loss for that team.
And one other thing I wanted to address, man, I got so many things. I haven't even got to the damn Liberty Bowl, but we got plenty of time to do that. But one thing that also has been driving me absolutely crazy, why is it that this team will all of a sudden, they'll get late in the shot clock, they'll throw the ball back out front to the point guard, 40 feet from the basket, and instead of staying back like Caleb Mills will do it. I mean, everybody was doing. They'll run out there and defend him 45 feet from the basket, let him dribble around and pull up a pretty decent shot. And it feels like they make those damn shots every time, or they get to the rack and get a nice shot and grab a rebound from us. Is that something they need to address? Because that's something that I see that's driving me nuts.
Yeah, man, you saw that time and time again last night. For some reason, they were just letting guys get to their spot. They, like you said, they go by them and get right there to that mid-range pull-up, and it felt like they knocked it down every single time last night, man. VCU hit so many big shots in that game last night. But, yeah, the defense is definitely an issue. Penny talked about the offense. I think they worked on the offense more, and he's still putting some things in the defense. So I expect that to improve over time. And we've seen that with Penny's teams. This is definitely not a finished product. I think by the time March runs around, I think this team's going to be hitting on all cylinders. But these games that they have right now, man, these non-con games are important. I mean, it's not time to kind of say, oh, well, we're just working through some things and it doesn't really matter, because it matters. With this conference that they're in, they don't have the luxury of a lot of other teams being in the Big 12 or the SEC to kind of wait around and have all these games that matter. These are the games that's going to determine their seed, and they want to get out of that 8, 9, 10 seed. This is not where you want to be. You want to be at 6 and 7. If to really kind of make a real run and get to that second weekend, it's really hard anytime you're below that. I mean, we saw that last year against bad matchup against FAU coming in as the 9 seed. So you would love to get above that, and I think in order to do that, they got to win 2 or 3 of these next 3, and then you still have 2 opportunities in conference against FAU. But outside of that, there's just really not anything else. Nobody else in this conference, you're not going to get any credit for beating the other teams. I think UAB is probably the third best team in the conference, I guess, metrics wise, and that's not a good thing at all.
No, it really is not. The other thing is, though, I'm very excited. They always say, the next game's the biggest game. Well, actually, I think this might be one of the biggest games. I think this is the most difficult matchup. Texas A&M Aggies against the Memphis Tigers. It's going to be Sunday, 3:00. I can't wait for this bad boy. I won't be talking to you before that game, at least not on air. What's your prediction if David Jones is going?
Man, it's going to be tough. There's no question about that. I don't want to predict that they're going to lose, but they have to rebound.
What do you think? More likely, what do you think Vegas brings that line out at?
Yeah, Texas A&M is definitely going to be favored. I would probably say
5.
Texas A&M by 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. I would probably be my guess 5.5, something like that. I think that's where they'll have it at, because you got to give Memphis some respect. I mean, they have 2 really good, nice wins against Michigan and Arkansas, and they were right outside the top 25. It'll be interesting to see kind of where they are this week. I think they were 40 or 41 this past week. It'll be interesting to see where they have them at. Oh, well, I forgot they got this game Sunday before then, so that kind of matters. But, yeah, I mean, I think it'll be 5.5, 6. It's a big opportunity, man, because if you get that one, I think that kind of makes up for taking that loss against Ole Miss. I mean, you gain some really goodwill. You get that one. Because you get that one, and you got these other 2 tough ones on your own floor. And maybe you go for the sweep. Maybe you get all three of them if you can get this one. But this is the one, man. This is the one that can, I think, really, really help their resume going forward.
And the wild thing is, don't forget, remember, FAU's the team, one of the teams that beat the Aggies earlier in the season. So if Memphis gets it, man, give a little bit more clout to the American.
Yeah, for sure, man. FAU surprised me. Like, they've been a little bit Jekyll and Hyde. I've watched. They lost that game to Bryant, but then they've been kind of on a tear since then. They did lose. Who did they lose to the other night? They lost Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois is good, man.
Yeah, they are really good. They lost to Illinois, but outside of that, and that Bryant loss, they've looked pretty good. So that's going to be a matchup. I thought Memphis would definitely be able to beat them pretty easy, but it looks like they're going to be formidable again. I mean, they brought everybody back. I thought it was more of a fluke, but they're looking like it's for real. So I'm kind of glad because they need something else because, again, like I said earlier, there's nothing else in the AAC, man, that's going to give them any kind of credit. You beating these other teams, and that's the tough thing about it because anytime Memphis goes on the road against these teams, it's going to be like the Super Bowl. They're going to be fired up, and you don't get any credit if you win, but it's terrible if you lose. And that's going to be the situation they're dealing with every night. So Memphis and FAU. So that's tough. So those FAU games are going to be important, man. Hopefully Memphis can get a sweep there and get 2 out of these 3 in the non-con, and I think they'll be fine if they can do that.
Man, Isaac, we didn't even talk about the Grizzlies getting a win. Heck, they got even back-to-back wins. They're looking a little bit better. Not playing great competition, but looking a little bit better. But you talk Grizzlies all the time. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, man, you can find me at Grizz Talk at Ethos Grizzlies. Go over there and give us a like and a follow. Definitely appreciate that. Memphis Tigers Athletic News at TigerSportsReport.com and on my personal X feed at Isaac_NBA.
And Isaac, don't forget, man, Top Gun Memphis, if you want that machine gun package for $89, is freaking awesome. Be blessed,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Enjoy the season, and let's get that win on Sunday.
Yes, sir, man. Talk to you next week.
That is Isaac Simpson. Again, give him a follow at Isaac_NBA. Check him out at Ethos Grizzlies and the TigerSportsReport.com. We got to take a break. Don't forget, we got Evie Van Pelt. We're talking Ole Miss Rebels. They got a big game against Penn State, man. Peach Bowl in Hotlanta. And Chris Beard. Yeah, we got to talk about Ole Miss. Big win over Memphis. Ole Miss basketball as well. That's all coming up here on the other side. But again, don't forget Top Gun Memphis and TopGunMemphis.com. That's TopGunMemphis.com. You can go online right now and you can get a machine gun package for only $89. It includes 3 different machine guns, ammo, range safety officer, and the shooting lane, man. You're going to love it. They're going to love it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And plus, if you're just going to go out there, come check out the place. I'm at 2770 Whitten Road. That is next Thursday, Top Gun Memphis. I'll be there 11 to 1. The whole time you're out there, the range, like the shooting lanes, the shooting lanes will be free. You bring your gun, pay for your ammo, bang, bang, bang. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Plus, they also got Ferguson's Barbecue if you want to do a little lunch because it's 11 to 1. You can get your lunch. 2 birds with 1 stone. You can go do a little shooting. You can shoot some machine guns. You can bring your own guns. Heck, you can buy some guns. They got great inventory, great stuff in stock. And if you're a shooting enthusiast, don't forget they have memberships for just $29.95 a month. That means you can shoot for $1 a day. $1 a day. Check out Top Gun Memphis. Go to TopGunMemphis.com. And again, great Christmas present, the machine gun package for just $89. Ole Miss and Hardwood because it feels so good coming up on the other side. And we got to break down Thursday night's terrible football game. But I see an angle. We're going to make some money. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
If you love sports and Mexican food, you can get the best of both at Los Cabos Mexican Bar and Grill on Summer near Graham. Watch all the big games on all the big TVs on all the walls at Los Cabos. And enjoy premium tequila shots anytime for just $5.50. Celebrate every day with lunch specials from 10 to 3 and happy hour from 3 to 8. Lunch is just $6.75 to $10.99 and margaritas start at $3.99. Experience real Mexican cuisine along with great sports at Los Cabos on Summer near Graham.
The Crazy Coop, America's premier wing destination, has 27 delicious flavors to choose from and counting. Like the Buffalo Ranch, a perfect combo of ranch seasoning with a little kick. Mango Habanero, sweet taste of mango followed by the heat. Or Sweet Maple Bourbon, the taste will remind you of chicken and waffles. And that's just 3 of the amazing 27 chicken wing seasonings that you can get at the Crazy Coop in Bartlett at 7199 Stage Road. And now open the Crazy Coop Express at 1315 Ridgeway off Poplar. Some like it hot. How about the Crazy Sweet Lemon Pepper Hot or Crazy Suicide? Can't take the heat? Get the 4-cheese roasted garlic or barbecue bacon bourbon. Ask about the $9.99 lunch special. Now those are some crazy good prices. The Crazy Coop, 2 locations, 7199 Highway 64 between Appleton and Kirby Whitten and 1315 Ridgeway off Poplar. Family owned and operated, The Crazy Coop, America's premier wing destination.
Save up to $300 on a new energy-efficient tanked or tankless water heater from Conway Services. Upgrade your old, inefficient water heater with a new energy-efficient model. Or better yet, a tankless unit, so you're only heating the water you need and you never run out. Visit ConwayServices.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 64210, 64365 EAS, MS 19668.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
It's a Big Green Egg early Christmas at Cordova Ace Hardware, Friday, December 8th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We'll cook tenderloin, wings, pizza, and dessert all on the Big Green Egg. Try our new sauces and seasonings and check out the platinum selection of Big Green Egg equipment and accessories. Get $100 off the large egg, $150 off the extra large egg, $50 off the Egg Genius, and up to $70 off the Egg Expander kits. The Big Green Egg early Christmas party, Friday, December 8th, 11 to 6 at Cordova Ace Hardware, 1740 North Germantown.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does with your favorite mixer. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand-bottled, taste-tested, sent to a few friends, then taste-tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff. Just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Uncorked flavor, Corky's barbecue. We're cooking it up, down home way. Hickory smoke flavor like the good old days. A whole lot of good eating is waiting for you. Our Memphis barbecue tradition, you'll love what we do. Uncorked flavor, Corky's barbecue.
Hi, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. I am honored that so many Memphians trust Corky's to serve our hickory smoked turkeys and spiral sliced honey glazed hams to their families for Thanksgiving and Christmas. This year, let us make it even easier with our holiday feast. Ham or turkey and gravy, and your choice of 2 of our southern sides. Cornbread dressing, sweet potato casserole, mac and cheese, or baked potato casserole. Reserve yours today at Corky'sBBQ.com before we sell out.
Uncorked flavor, Corky's barbecue.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78. That's Lamar. And the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995. Financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus all day long on a beautiful Thursday, especially here in the Mid-South. My goodness, Grizzlies got a big dub last night. Tigers got a big dub. They needed that bad boy on the road against VCU. It did go to overtime. They won 85-80. They got the cover. Good teams win, great teams cover. We know that around here. But that was really big for the Tigers. But now it's time to switch gears. We got to talk about the team that beat the Tigers. That would be the Ole Miss Rebels, because it is Thursday. We're going to talk with Evie Van Pelt from the Rebel Walk, your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. Go to therebelwalk.com. Follow them on Twitter at The Rebel Walk, and don't forget to follow Evie at Ole Miss Evie. Dude, got to tell you, though, also, not only are we going to give you a little Ole Miss, a little Tigers, a lot of love today, some bets on some Thursday night football, but tomorrow I got an early Christmas party out at Ace Hardware in Cordova, 1740 North Germantown Road. It's going to be a big green early Christmas party at Cordova Ace Hardware. We're cooking tenderloin, wings. We're going to have pizza. It's going to be a lot of fun. And while I'm out there, I'll be there 11 to 1. But the entirety of the shows will be there 11 to 6. And while we're out there, you can get $100 off the large egg, $150 off the extra large egg, $50 off the Egg Genius, and up to $70 off the Egg Expander kits. Make sure you join me tomorrow, 1740 North Germantown Road, Ace Hardware in Cordova, for the Big Green early Christmas party. Evie Van Pelt, how are you doing, dear?
I am doing great. I'm excited to be here, excited to be looking ahead to the Peach Bowl, excited to have an undefeated men's basketball team. Just life's pretty good right now.
I know that some people in their cars around here just cringed when you said that. They're like,
I'm
damn.
sorry.
But you know what?
Sorry.
No, don't be apologizing. That was a great basketball game. The atmosphere was out of control. The student section was going bananas. There was a very strong Tiger presence as well. I mean, it was sold out. It was a great atmosphere. But, man, your Rebels, who hadn't been able to shoot the three very well all season long, shot 50% against the Tigers, hit 11 of 22. Talk to me about that game.
Man, I tell you what. Well, okay, keep in mind that I had to watch that game via
oh, that's
the little
right.
bitty
You were at the
screen
Nutcracker.
on my phone. I was in the Nutcracker. Yes, I was in the Nutcracker, and I was that annoying person who had their cell phone out in the completely dark theater, and even with the brightness turned all the way down, I did get some looks from some people. And at the end of that game, I mean, my gosh, Ole Miss was behind by 11 points in the second half, and behind most of the game until just almost the very end. And I was over there making a few exclamations, so I got a few grumpy looks from my own mother and my daughter, but it was too exciting.
It was such a great basketball game. Tiger fans came up short. But the one thing, like I said, though, that Ole Miss team kept fighting, and you got to give Chris Beard a lot of credit because you got the big 7'5" Sharp. You got Moussa Cisse, 7 feet tall. Reigning, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. By the way, elbows are really, really strong and pointy. Jaquan Walton knows this. But he took them out and went small over that final stretch, and that proved to be the difference.
I think so too, and that's what I have told people I like so much about Chris Beard is I don't feel like we're taking a knife to a gunfight, so to speak. I mean, I feel like he can match wits with anybody, and I feel like, no offense to any prior coaches, but I just feel like the dude knows what he's doing, and there's a reason he has over 71% winning percentage now as a head coach throughout his career in college basketball because of exactly the kind of adjustment that you're talking about there. And now I will tell you, it's funny because Ole Miss, I think, had a bit of a letdown Tuesday night. They won the game, but they played Mount St. Mary's. And I think the spread, you might recall, might have been around 16 points, and they had a 68-77 win. So, that they didn't cover there. And after the game, Coach Beard was not happy at all about their performance and just said, that they lack discipline. And he said, before you even can talk about discipline, we got to talk about, are we on the same page? Do we all have the same expectations? And then he said, those are questions you should ask the players. Maybe they're happy winning games by 10 points, that probably they should have won by more. And then he said, maybe they're happy beating teams at the buzzer. I'm not. So he was not at all pleased with the performance. And he actually went so far as to say, the best gift you can give someone is high expectations. And he said, that's what I have for them. So he was not happy coming out with that win the way they did.
Well, I mean, I get it. Coaches always wants improvement. But again, how do the fans feel, though, on the opposite side, again, because they're undefeated?
The fans are thrilled to death. I mean, to be the only undefeated team right now in the Southeastern Conference as of this point, because South Carolina lost last night, and then to be one of maybe only 13 unbeaten teams in the whole country right now. Rebel fans are very excited. They will let their coach be the one to to get on the players and lament discipline and expectations, but they're just super excited.
So having like the thing I like about what I've seen from the Rebels this year is, again, kind of what you saw in Memphis, that Chris Beard, he will go he adjusts. Like you said, you're not taking a knife to a gunfight. He adjusts to the team that he's playing. If he can't force his will on you in a certain way, then he's going to adjust, because, again, y'all can go so big, but then you also can go small with your guards. And your guards, man, who knows? I mean, Flanagan can go off. It can be, Morrell. Murray's been playing great.
Murray.
Did you know Murray? I didn't know Murray was going to be really this good.
No, I don't think a lot of us did. We had an article up earlier today
he's a little
about
guy.
Yes, about him and how, one thing, we thought that he would be good, but he's a lot more aggressive than what we thought. And my basketball writer, TJ Oxley, said, I owe him an apology. In my preseason write-up, I, said he's a guard who can score on the outer two levels, a guard who can craft his own shot in the mid-range, hit runners, knock down open threes. But he said I was wrong because he has excelled tremendously at getting to the basket. And so, I don't think anybody knew. He's a transfer in from St. Peter's, and I don't think we knew he'd be this good. Now, maybe Chris Beard knew he'd be this good, but the rest of us mere mortals did not.
No, they definitely didn't. That was the young man's been playing out of his mind. But again, they just changed. They switched. They're winning. They're 8-0. Next game's against Central Florida on Sunday. They just, it looks like their schedule going forward. I hate to say this, you should go into January undefeated with their remaining schedule.
Yes, that's exactly, kind of what we were thinking also. And so, the best laid plans, though, you never know. But
to go undefeated to finish 2023 would not be bad at all.
No, that would be very, very, very nice. And again, this is we'll all see how we get in in SEC play, and I think they only won a few games in the SEC last year, and heck, they could equal their win total. I think maybe perhaps of last season by the time they get through non-conference. I do think that they are going to have to. They are having some rebounding woes, and against Mount St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's, I think, had one more rebound than Ole Miss did, so that's just. That's kind of crazy. Ole Miss allowed 15 offensive rebounds in that one, and that led to 16 second chance points for Mount St. Mary's. So that is an ongoing issue that they're going to have to look at. But I do feel much better about that now that they've got, Musa Cisse in the lineup, and we'll see how things go there.
Yeah, that little guy, Jalen Murray, though, he was very frustrating against them Tigers. And so Matthew Morrell hitting that big three, that was tough. But speaking about how the Ole Miss Rebels should finish December and how everybody should have a wonderful hotty-toddy Christmas because January, first game, SEC, they got to play Tennessee in Knoxville.
Yes, yes, that's gonna. Here we go. Let's get it on, huh? Because that's when we're going to start to see what we're made of then. And I think probably in Chris Beard's mind, that's what he's thinking. We just won this game by 9 points over a Mount St. Mary's team that we should have really, no disrespect to them, but should have beaten much more handily. And so I think he knows much, 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 much tougher times are ahead, and they're going to have to be disciplined, and again, have the right expectations, because he said it all starts with that.
All right, what's going on with the ladies? How's Coach Yo's team doing?
Well, that same day I was in the Nutcracker, they actually lost a very close game to Southern Miss, and that was not expected. They were favored. Yeah, they were favored over that, and then the really hard part about that is when you have a tough game, a tough loss, and then you don't play again for like 10 days. So, sometimes it's a lot easier to get back out there after you've lost. So they lost 59-61 to Southern Miss, and they don't play again until December 12th against Mississippi Valley State. So I do think that I don't think there's any reason for alarm. I think, as we've talked about before, you lose your starting point guard, a grad transfer from Florida, KK Deans, with just, experience, just so much experience and you have freshmen come in. I think you're going to have to have some adjustments there. The whole team is going to have some adjustments, but I have all the faith in the world in Coach Yo, and I look for them to get on the right track before they open up, I think, January 4th with Alabama in conference play.
All right, now I got to get into a little bit of football. I'm ready to talk a little bit. Pretty excited, big season for the Rebels, but also heard there's some pretty good news. Lane Kiffin joins Nick Saban and Eli Drinkwitz as 3 SEC coaches that are up for there's 14 semifinalists for the Coach of the Year award.
That's right. That's it. It's funny because I really felt like Kiffin should have been, at least in the conversation there for SEC Coach of the Year, and I believe it's gone to Drinkwitz, and I can understand that. They were picked, to win about the same number of games as Ole Miss, and they've had a phenomenal season. So, and I think Coach Drinkwitz is a great coach, but I think also what Kiffin has done to me, no offense to Drinkwitz or anything, but again, they played 2 teams each, same common opponents, and Ole Miss beat LSU and Missouri lost to LSU, and I just kind of feel like Ole Miss has had such a, this is such a could be a record-breaking season, as we've talked about, already winning the 10 wins in the regular season for only the second time in school history. And then potentially, if they can get a win over number 10 Penn State, that would be 11 would mark the most wins ever in the history of the school. So that is a pretty phenomenal season, and I'm happy to see Coach Kiffin recognized for that.
Goodness gracious, what a year he's had now. When you also, like the other thing I was going to bring about Coach Kiffin, I think one of the things that's fascinating, you look at Florida State. You look around the country and you see where quarterbacks go down, and they don't really have that backup to come in. And that's one thing, Lane, he keeps his quarterback room stacked, man. It's loaded. He keeps them happy, too, somehow. How does he do that?
Well, that's a good question. I think a lot of that stems from the type of kid that you bring in, the type of kid you have. And if you look, even if you go back to last year when you had 2022 season, when you had Jackson Dart transfer in from USC and you had Luke Altmaier returning to the Rebels for his sophomore season after having backed up Matt Corral for a year. And, that could have been a really, really bad situation. But
Heck, go back to Matt Corral. He wasn't the starter. It was John Rice Plumlee. Like, you're right. It's the type of the kid that you bring in that's like comes in who's ready to compete. Because it's kind of weird. Like, I just look at Ohio State. I look around the country. If you look at the transfer portal, it's crazy. It's not just, there's big name guys out there. But, a lot of the rumors you're hearing from Kyle McCord is that, Ryan Day talked about maybe bringing in somebody to also compete against him. And immediately, nope, I'm transferring him out. I'm not about competition. And you had Spencer Sanders, Walker Howard, you had Jackson Dart, you go back to Matt Corral, you go back, man, it's the kind of kid, I guess, huh?
I think it is. I think it's a culture. Kiffin talks a lot about that. Chris Beard talks a lot about that. But I think it's the bringing in a kid, you're bringing in Jackson Dart to compete against Luke Altmaier, and Jackson wins the job. But Luke Altmaier was the epitome of a team player, didn't cause any. That could be one of those where, you have a kid who's returning, all the offense knows him and is used to him. That could have really divided things greatly. But Luke was such a good kid. He ended up transferring out to Illinois, but, the following year, but just the ultimate team player, the first one there cheering for Jackson when he would come off the field that 2022 season. And then to your point, you have Jackson, you bring him in, and he's there, and then all of a sudden in the offseason, he sees a 41-game starter, Spencer Sanders, coming in, and Walker Howard, a 5-star kid coming in from LSU. And, he could have bolted. He could have had a chip on his shoulder in a negative way, and he didn't. They all seem to have just kept their heads down and worked hard, and nobody has caused any trouble throughout the season. And I think that's a testament to Lane and the staff and the kind of kid they're picking.
It's not just at the quarterback position. I mean, you can go over the Ulysses Bentley the fourth and Judkins early in the season when Judkins was banged up and Bennett's out there just tearing things up. Bentley's basically said, I know my place. And I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, and to me, that's I think more than anything, Kiffin talks a lot about pro mindset, and I think that's part of it. Part of it is your role, you perform your role, and you're ready to step in anytime you need to be, and great or small, no matter your role, every role is important. We have players on the team, defensive players. I know Jared Ivey has talked about it before, a defensive lineman. He talks about the role of the players on the scout team, and he gives kudos to them and thanks them for all the work they've done this season, helping the first team, second team get ready, for their opponents each week. And so it's just kind of that mentality that I don't know how Kiffin knew it, but you and I talked about it before the season started, where Kiffin said, I think this year's team is going to handle adversity a lot better than last year's team. It's just their culture and kind of their chemistry and their personality, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
And also, now we got to get on the field because coaching job, they've done a hell of a job this year. They're playing Penn State in the Peach Bowl. It's 11 o'clock game from Hotlanta. Penn State, I look at this game, everybody, Penn State's a 3.5-point favorite. I'm just going to be honest. I don't see it. I feel like we have a better quarterback than Drew Allaire, whatever the hell his name is. Much better quarterback. I also love the weapons. The wide receivers, I don't see a lot of separation when I watch Penn State from their wide receivers this year. You got Harris, Wade, Watkins, Cade Priestcorn at the tight end. You have weapons. You know about Bennett and Judkins in the backfield. I just feel like offensively, Ole Miss is superior, like a lot more superior than Penn State's offense. And then people they feel like this is one of the regular old Ole Miss defense. I think this Ole Miss defense is going to give Pitt State an issue. I love Ole Miss, especially plus the 3.5.
Oh, I do too, all day long. I'm with you on that. I think the probably where Penn State gets their credit or their advantage in is because they do have a really good defense, and I think they're the overall number one defense in the nation in terms of the amount of yards they give up.
Yeah, but they went up against the Big Ten. Like Iowa can't score on nobody.
That's exactly right.
Michigan State, please.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think to me that's what I looked at it, how I look at it too. They're giving up, I think, 223 yards a game, 69.7 rushing yards per game. Heck, Quinshon could have that by halftime, if not sooner. So, not that I'm predicting that, but I just think that this is a very, very physical Ole Miss team and a very physical Ole Miss offense. And we'll give, some players will have a chance to heal. We're not going to get Micah Pettis back from his injury, but we should, from what I understand, we should have Jaden Williams back. And he didn't play in the Egg Bowl, but he should be back. So I think, Dart will be healthy. I don't think he was completely healthy at all.
The offensive line will be a lot more. They got to be feeling a lot better because at the end of the year, they were a little beat up.
Oh, they were a little beat up. And so I think that we're going to see a healthy Ole Miss team. And, man, it's funny. We talked to a lot of the players towards the latter part of the season, and when it dawned on them, when they all talked about Kiffin telling them that we have an opportunity to do something that has never before been done, and that's win those 11 games, and that's really meaningful to them. I think we're going to see. I think it's going to be a great game, but I'm taking the 3.5 points all day too.
I am too, because I just feel like if you can stop Allen and Singleton, the two running backs, you really do have a chance to win this game. Because Keandre Lambert-Smith and Dante Cephas, they're two wide receivers. They're both little guys, about 6 feet, maybe 6'1", about $180 each. Don't get a ton of separation. Drew throws to his tight ends more than his wide receivers. I just don't feel like this is a good matchup. I feel like Ole Miss rolls. So
I do too, and I tell you what, it's going to hurt them. I guess you saw where Chop Robinson, one of their star defensive players, has declared for the NFL draft and is not going to play.
Oh no, I did not see that.
Yes, he's projected first rounder, and so it was actually pretty funny. Lane Kiffin tweeted the day that Chop announced that he's going to forego his final year and declare for the draft, and that he will not be playing in the Peach Bowl. Lane Kiffin quote tweeted and wished him the very best in his career. And don't you know, I think, obviously Lane does wish him the very best in his career, but I think he also was probably, not too sad that he wasn't going to play in the Peach Bowl.
This is totally off the Ole Miss beat, but I just thought of something because I was sitting here, listening to you and just thinking about the game and and then I was thinking about something. Oh my goodness. Your man played quarterback at Texas A&M, and Texas A&M has a new coach, and I haven't even asked you, how's everybody down in Aggie Nation?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I tell you what, there has been I'm sure you've been keeping up with it, a mass exodus to the transfer portal of that vaunted class that A&M had from a couple of years ago, headlined by one Mr. Walter Nolan. So I think it's interesting. I will tell you, between us, I think Ole Miss has a shot. I mean, I don't know, where Walter will end up, but I do think Ole Miss has a shot at Walter Nolan.
Now, that would be amazing. I will say it's kind of funny, though, because Dacus, was it this week that we saw some people pitching reasons that Walter Nolan should come to the University of Memphis?
That's correct. Yes.
Me and him were laughing about that very much. We're like, why the hell would this guy come here? Like, what are y'all talking about?
And people are saying he's a local guy, but he's from Olive Branch. He's technically from Mississippi,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
Ole Miss makes a lot more sense. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, and I will tell you one thing. I don't know if you saw this, but the Alabama special teams coordinator, who I think, actually, he was the Ole Miss special teams coordinator, and he has now taken he left Ole Miss, went to Alabama, as their, I think, linebackers coach. But he has now Coleman Hutzler has taken the job at Mississippi State as a defensive coordinator. So Ole Miss fans got a real big kick out of the fact that their special teams coach
is
now the
DC
defensive coordinator at State. Yes, so
they
had a
also
little bit of fun with that.
Oh, I bet they did. Man, this is just such a wonderful time of the year. I'm so excited. I have not made my decision if I'm going yet, Evie. My heart was set on the Cotton Bowl, man.
Oh, I know. But I tell you what, in Hotlanta, we would have so much fun. And like I said, I think I've sent you a message. We're going to have a Rebel Walk gathering, and you would be our guest star if you would come by.
Dude, I love being a star, Evie. I love a good party too. Now,
okay. Well, if you make it, I mean, it's a great place. Great, a lot of drinks and fun, and so if you make it, you're there. You're the guest of honor.
Thank you, Evie. I love you. Now I'm definitely going to make it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Everybody, please, if you're thinking about Ole Miss, just go to therebelwalk.com. Check it out again. The number one source for all things sports information when it comes to the Rebels. Evie Van Pelt is an angel. She joins me every Thursday, so always check her out here and follow her on Twitter at Ole Miss Evie. Evie, be blessed, and we'll do it again soon.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy. Oh, my goodness. Now, speaking of something great, I told you I'll be at the Big Green Egg early Christmas party tomorrow in Cordova at Ace Hardware. Yes, sirree, Bob. We're going to be giving away, we're going to be cooking tenderloin, cooking wings, cooking pizza, and also giving you hundreds of dollars off unbelievable Big Green Egg equipment, $150 off the extra large egg, $100 off the large egg, $50 off the Egg Genius, up to $70 off the Egg Expanders kits. That's tomorrow at 1740 North Germantown at Cordova Ace Hardware. We got to take a quick time out. Hardwood on the other side, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
While interest rates are on the rise everywhere else, at Genesis Diamonds, we've got just the relief you need this holiday season. 5 years, 0 interest on anything and everything. That's right, Genesis is rolling back interest rates to 0.0%. So that $5,000 diamond ring is yours for just $85 a month. Nothing's held back. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, certified natural diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, even luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Just pick any item for that special someone and spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. A $10,000 designer ring comes to just $167 a month. Don't miss this incredible offer. Where else in America can you get financing for 0%? Colored gemstones, designer fashion jewelry, the year's most treasured gifts, all included in this once-a-year offer. At Genesis, we're breaking all the rules to make sure this holiday season your money goes farther. Best prices, unbeatable selection, highest quality, and super aggressive financing. Merry Christmas from Genesis Diamonds at Poplar and Perkins Extended. On approved credit, see store for details.
It's a holiday experience like no other. The Light Garden in Olive Branch. It's a walk through an entertainment extravaganza with hundreds of giant 3D Christmas light displays, photos with Santa, food and drinks, and special event nights, including fireworks on New Year's Eve. Bring the family out nightly from now through December 31st at Olive Branch City Park. Go to lightgarden.online for details and to buy tickets, and stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM for chances to win tickets to go see the Light Garden in Olive Branch. Jenkins Floors and More in Hernando is growing. This family business started up 5 years ago with just one pallet, and now they have hundreds. Tim, the owner, gets calls from people everywhere and can sometimes save them up to 50% on wood flooring, carpet, tile, and vinyl. Jenkins Floors and More helps with renovations, home building, and installation. Jenkins Floors and More, number 6 East Commerce Street in Hernando. Also in Little Rock and coming soon to Tennessee. Call 662-469-9350 for more information.
My Westies.
WestiesMemphis.com.
Westies Hot Fudge Pie. By now, you know we're famous for a hot fudge pie. But have you tried the new Cajun Alfredo?
The new spicy on our menu.
Fettuccine noodles, homemade Alfredo, sliced bell peppers, diced green onions, smoked sausage, and Cajun sauteed shrimp? Are you kidding me?
Wow. What you said?
Often imitated,
Never duplicated.
the new Cajun Alfredo.
Only at the North End's Westies.
Ooh, So good.
We deliver 7 nights a week.
Downtown Memphis.
Open late till 2 a.m.
So good.
Join us December 7, 8, and 9 for our 40th anniversary celebration. Festivities kick off at 6 p.m. nightly. Old friends, new friends, and hot fudge pie.
Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg at East Memphis Ace. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ready to cook in only 15 minutes with cook temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between. Change your at-home cooking experience for life with our unmatched, authentic wood-fired grill flavor that has our customers raving. Get your Big Green Egg and all our accessories at East Memphis Ace on the corner of South White Station and Quince Road.
It's the hometown Memphis Tigers taking on Iowa State in this year's AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Plus, Memphis music legends, the Bar-Kays, will be there performing the music that made Memphis, and you'll want to be there too.
Everybody say, so bigger. Say, so bigger.
It's all happening Friday, December 29th at 2:30. Get your tickets today by calling the AutoZone Liberty Bowl at 795-7700. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk.
Memphis's oldest restaurant, Colette's, was established in 1923 to give Memphians the best Italian food possible. And I'd say they got it right. They are the creators of the barbecue pizza. It was Elvis's favorite, and I know for a fact that a large will feed one person all weekend. If you need to feed several, though, Colette's caters any event. Choose from homemade lasagna, ravioli, Alfredo, primavera, and so many other delicious items you can't help but enjoy. Impress employees or clients and treat them to Colette's for lunch or dinner. Plan ahead and get your holiday party booked at Colette's. Elvis's favorite place to go eat with his buddies at the South Parkway location, and Colette's even has an Elvis room dedicated to him. Call Colette's on South Parkway at 948-7652 or Appling Road at 383-1122. Colette's. It was Elvis's favorite, and it should be yours too.
Get ready for big-time basketball at FedEx Forum this month. The Memphis Tigers host Power 5 opponents. Clemson, December 16th for a whiteout. Virginia on the 19th for a blueout. And Vanderbilt on the 23rd for a holiday game. FedEx Forum will be rocking as the Tigers look to continue their great start to the season. Tickets start at just $20 for these big-time basketball matchups. Purchase your tickets today at GoTigersGoTix.com.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus. It's a thirsty Thursday in the Mid-South, and that always makes you think of a little bit of Tito's. But you know what? I'm hungry right now. Are you hungry?
Very.
Man, you know what I could do? I could do some pizza right now or some unbelievable pastas. Heck, I could do some desserts. That makes me think of Little Italy East. That's right. It's out in East Memphis at 6300 Poplar, right there at Poplar and Massey. And let me tell you something. Little Italy is a celebration of the rich cultural exchange between New York and Italy. Their menu, it's got a variety of classic New York-style pizzas, traditional made-to-order pastas, along with some sacred family recipes. Little Italy, they got everything. It's all fresh, locally sourced, and specially imported ingredients. They do it fresh. It's owned and operated by two Italian immigrants, Riccardo and Giovanni. They don't play any games. They're very serious about their pizza, their pasta, their desserts. Plus, they have a carefully curated wine list. I'm telling you right now, it's got Italian wines, domestic selections. You'll love it. 6300 Poplar. Don't forget, they also deliver until 8 every night. Call them up at 901-729-7432, 901-729-7432. And guess what? You can shop online at LittleItalyEast.com, LittleItalyEast.com. And if you go into their location or you call ahead and put in an order and you want to dine in or whatever, I'm telling you right now, if you say you heard the ad on Sports 56, you can get a free dessert. Either with an 18-inch pizza, get a free New York cheesecake or a mini cannelloni. Is that how it's said?
Cannoli?
Cannoli!
You've been saying cannelloni all
Dude, cannelloni,
month
cannoli.
long.
Do I? Listen.
I have been wondering if I'm just stupid
I
and
can't
don't
remember,
know
man. I ate the
this
sucker.
Italian
It was
word.
full.
It's delicious.
Now, what did I say? A cannoli? Or is it cannelloni?
Cannelloni is a Italian dish. But
okay, well they're both Italian, so don't give me the bird.
But cannoli's dessert, though. So you've always been you can get a cannoli or a cannelloni or cheesecake. I'm like, I don't know if that's
my
good together.
peeps get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They know what I mean.
Hey, I'm just trying to help you, John.
But you can also not only can you get a dessert, a mini cannoli.
Cannoli, there you go.
A mini cannoli or New York cheesecake if you say you heard it on Sports 56 with an 18-inch pizza. You can also get a bottle of Chianti for 56 cents. 56 cents. A whole bottle of Chianti, 56 cents. If you order a 12-inch pizza, go ahead and get a glass of wine because you can get 2 of them. That's right. You buy one, get one free. Just say you heard it on Sports 56. That's Little Italy East over in East Memphis, 6300 Poplar Avenue. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Did you hear my ding?
And earlier when you were talking to Evie, you got an ESPN notification because I heard the da-na-na, da-na-na.
You know what's so funny? My ringtone is always off. My ringer's always off, and I usually never have my phone on me except for when I'm at work. But somehow it was turned on.
Interesting.
So I don't know, man. Seems like maybe chat's been like trying to creep up in my phone. You think that's what it is?
Hey, maybe.
Man, mind your own business, people. Don't you think people should mind their own business? But I guess so. My business is our business, technically, right?
That's right.
So if me and Chas went to Chicago, what do you think we would do?
Go to a Bulls game, John.
Hey, you know, it is that time of the year, but they're not that good, are they?
No, they're not.
I don't know. I don't like. I mean, I can go see a very average team right now. Down at FedEx Forum. Oh, I can watch East basketball. You know, a little East action.
That's right.
No, I would do what is probably the dumbest thing in the world. No, I wouldn't do this. But did you hear now that Chicago, like when you think of winter, like when you think of winter, do you think about cruising down the Chicago River in a hot tub?
No, I don't. I wouldn't think of that during any time of the year, I don't think.
I don't think so either. But Chicago Electric Boat Company is now saying they put a big bet in. They do a 90-mile journey, 6-person vessel that you float along the Chicago River from Michigan Avenue to Wells Street. And not 90 miles, 90-minute journey in a hot tub.
Wow.
With champagne or Tito's. I would go with Tito's.
Of course you would.
One, because champagne, who wants all that bubbly, man?
Oh, I was just going to say because you're smart.
Oh, yeah, Tito's is definitely a lot better and much, you know, is a smarter person's drink. But for $250, you can do this anytime between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m., except for on Saturdays, they're open till 9 p.m.
Wow.
And on the weekends, it's $350. On the weekdays, $250. Are people going to pay this to float down a river in a hot tub?
Maybe.
It looks like you're going to die. It's not that big.
Huh.
So, yeah, when you go to Chicago, you think about going to Wrigley. Maybe you want to go to the South Side for some crazy reason to see the White Sox. Maybe you want to go see the Bulls. What else can you do in Chicago?
See the White Sox, John. Or the Cubs.
I said that.
But who would want to go see the Cubs?
I already said that.
Oh. You could go see DePaul basketball.
Man, they got killed by A&M.
Shocker.
They're 1-7. I don't want to go see them either. You know what? I'm not doing anything in Chicago. And
you go lick the
I'm
bean,
not going
John.
to Chicago. Ooh, I'm not lick the bean?
Lick the bean, yeah.
Lick the bean.
That's right. People do that, don't they?
I thought I've heard of strumming the bean. I've never heard of licking the bean. I don't understand. This is getting a little bit dangerous. I don't know if this is on air fodder.
No, you can lick the bean. Yeah,
what is licking the bean?
It's a way to ensure good luck.
901-360-8255. Okay, hold on. It's a what?
It is considered a long-standing Chicago tradition, licking the bean as a way to ensure good fortune, luck, and prosperity. No way you could be catching me licking that bean.
901-360-8255. Hit me up if you thought he was talking about something else. Let me know what you thought he was talking about. Now, did you hear about the Jacksonville Jaguars not only have an issue with their quarterback being banged up with a bad injury, his ankle hurts, doubtful to play this weekend? You know that, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear they have an employee that has been accused of stealing $22 million from the club?
Yeah. I don't understand how that
over
happens.
a 5-year period.
I mean,
after like
leadership here is
4
awful.
years, don't you think if let's say you get you scam 15 milli off the top, you've been doing this for 4 years. Don't you have to realize that this sucker has run its course and you need to go ahead, take your 15 milli, and disappear to a beautiful island?
How was he not caught after 1 year? I mean, 5 years?
He was obviously pretty good. I mean, we can't really say that. Remember, we have Bernard Madoff. He did what he did. Bernie Edwards, with WorldCom. Dude, we've had some dudes do.
I don't know who these people are. So.
Oh, you don't know who Bernie Madoff is? You know who that Sam Walter triple name dude that $8 billion from the NFT thing, the crypto dude, right?
No.
Sam Walter Freeman or something? Mm-mm. You don't know all these swindlers?
No. I'm afraid I'm not a thief.
I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief at all. In fact, I've only taken a few things in my life, but these are things that you don't steal. 901-360-8255 if you can figure out what I've taken a lot of, but it's not considered stealing. But yeah, $22 million. Amit Patel, the former employee, is in a little bit of trouble, you could say. You know how he did it, though?
No, I don't. I haven't read the story yet. I'm interested. How did he do it?
So there is this Jaguars virtual credit card program that he was basically over, and it's where one account would wire money to another account, all these little virtual accounts for this department to use or this one, and he just started skimming off the top like he was over it. So they'd be like, yeah, we need $25,000 for this. And he would then get it and send them the $25,000 and then basically go in there and say it was $30,000 and put like $5,000 in his own place.
Wow.
But he did so much of it. Like, dude, in 5 years, stashing away $22 million, you're scamming a lot off the top, Holmes.
I had a buddy. We were.
But by the way, that just shows, dude, bad leadership. Like, if you don't realize you're missing $22 million, then
So I had a buddy.
Like, is there really a crime? If you're so rich, it's a crime. But
so I had a buddy that
5
I
years.
worked with at a place that I will not say what the place was, but you could come in and pay for something.
Tell me and I'll say it.
No. You could come in and you could pay for something, and you could either pay with cash or card. And so whenever someone would come in with cash, he would just pocket the money because, if it was never written down, then nobody would ever know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that person's name either, bro.
No. So he pocketed the money all the time. And
if you're an IRS agent, please turn the dial.
That's right. But they don't know who I'm talking about, so it's fine. But he wasn't a bunch of money. It was like $5, and he just pocketed every once in a while. Never got caught, so good for him, I guess. He's not this Jaguars guy, and he wasn't stealing millions of dollars.
Well, that is a good thing that he wasn't stealing millions of dollars.
John, we have a trade we haven't talked about today.
Oh, yeah, man. Soto to the Yankees.
This morning, we
Juan
had
Soto.
a trade. Smash GC traded Matthew Wolff to the Range Goats for reigning live individual champion Taylor Gooch. John, I know you've been following this story for months because Brooks Koepka has been very critical of his teammate Matthew Wolff and was saying that he was a wasted talent, and he basically gave up on him in team events, saying that there's only 3 of us on our team. Well, now a blockbuster trade. I mean, I've been hearing everyone today talking about a blockbuster trade that happened today, and I'm finally finding out what the trade was. I mean, getting the individual live champion Taylor Gooch onto this roster that is already stacked with Brooks Koepka and his brother. What a day in sports. I mean, that is a massive trade, John.
What sport is this?
Golf. Live.
They trade in golf?
In Live, they do because they have teams, John.
Oh, Lord.
Did you know there was this much intrigue
But
in
did you know
golf?
that Juan Soto has been traded to the Yankees along with Trent Grisham, and then there are also 5 minor league prospects go back to San Diego?
Who's that?
Probably one of the best left-handed hitters. He has a 400
Is
on
he an
base average, hit
individual- is he an individual
335
champion though,
home
John?
runs. No, had 109 RBIs and batted 275 last year.
I'm
Juan
not familiar with
Soto joins Aaron Judge.
I do know Aaron Judge.
It's gonna be nasty. I like it.
He used to play in Miami with the Marlins.
You talking about Giancarlo Stanton?
Huh? Who?
Mike
Stanton.
Trout? No, Stanton. Never mind. By the way, though, one other thing I was going to say. Luka loves saying the F word, doesn't he?
Doncic?
Yeah.
Did you see he had a first half triple-double last night?
Yes, dude. He finished the game with 40 points, too. Again, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. He had all the. He destroyed it. By the way, he didn't play much in the second half. They won 147-97 versus Utah. Utah's terrible.
I have a buddy that used to go to a certain school down in Dallas and said that Luka would like randomly pop up at frat parties and stuff.
I can believe it. He's a young guy, man.
He's a young guy.
Young Euro like to getting down.
Yeah.
But he loves saying the F word because he's done this like a few times. But last night they asked him, he's doing the post-game interview, and I can't even remember the question, and he just said, I said before the game, we just can't F around.
That's right.
And then immediately comes back with, my bad. I'm like, dude, he got an F-bomb and an S-bomb in like 5 seconds. Luka Doncic, 40 points, 11 assists, and 10 boards. What a game.
What a game.
Tigers won. Grizzlies won. It's a great Thursday. We got a winner for Thursday night football on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
There's an institution in East Memphis that I love talking about. It's the Spirit Shop at 4848 Poplar Avenue, right down the street from Clark Tower, and it looks like a log cabin. It's been around Memphis since 1969 with a family-owned, friendly, knowledgeable sales staff that is just a wonderful place to go. I love going in and talking wine or bourbons, and they've got such great selection. So if you've not visited the Spirit Shop in a while, it's been remodeled. You'll love what you see when you need spirits. Tell Eddie Wollo said hello.
Pizza lovers and sports fanatics, Ferraro's Pizzeria is your Sunday ticket headquarters. Catch every pro game on multiple big screen TVs while enjoying $2 beers, $9 beer buckets, and mouth-watering pizza. We're talking the cheesiest, most delicious New York pizzas in town with all your favorite toppings. What are you waiting for? Grab your family and friends and get to Ferraro's, corner of Jackson and Main, just east of the Pyramid. Enjoy every pro game at Ferraro's Pizzeria and Cheesy Corner, your game day destination.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78, that's Lamar, and the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995, financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
It's a Big Green Egg early Christmas at Cordova Ace Hardware, Friday, December 8th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We'll cook tenderloin, wings, pizza, and dessert all on the Big Green Egg. Try our new sauces and seasonings and check out the platinum selection of Big Green Egg equipment and accessories. Get $100 off the large egg, $150 off the extra large egg, $50 off the Egg Genius, and up to $70 off the Egg Expander kits. The Big Green Egg early Christmas party, Friday, December 8th, 11 to 6 at Cordova Ace Hardware, 1740 North Germantown.
Are you wearing a hat that says meat?
Yep, it's the final piece of my collection.
Your collection of meat hats?
My collection of Central Barbecue merchandise.
Oh, okay, I've noticed you have a few Central Barbecue t-shirts.
A few. I've got a lot of Central Barbecue t-shirts. In fact, I have them all.
How many are there?
Well, let's see. There's 11 of the basic t-shirts.
11?
And like all other cool Central Barbecue merch, they're available at eatcbq.com.
Did you just use the word merch in conversation?
Not just any merch. CBQ merch. Hats, t-shirts, cups, even kids and baby clothes for when the little me comes along. That kid's going to love Central Barbecue because they have such great
merch.
Ribs.
Wow, I feel good shopping at DriveMax. DriveMax, DriveMax, you get value.
Need a car that screams I feel good? DriveMax has it all. From cars to SUVs, find a tightly inspected used car that'll have you dancing all the way home. Call 901-664-2424 or visit DriveMaxApproval.com.
DriveMax, I got approved.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Bryant Dacus. I think we had a fun show. Thanks to Evie Van Pelt at the Rebel Walk. Thanks to Isaac Simpson over at Ethos Grizzlies and TigerSportsReport.com. Last night was beautiful. We got some great wins. Grizzlies, Tigers. They did it. Tonight, I think, is going to be ugly. You got the Patriots and the Steelers. Mitch Trubisky is starting for the Steelers. Who cares who starts for the Patriots? Zappy? Mac Daddy, they're all terrible. This is a team that has now done something that no other team has ever done in history. Their defense allowed 10 or fewer points in 3 straight weeks, and that team lost all of them because they're terrible on offense. You know who's good on defense? That would be your Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have a pretty bad offense. They've only outgained their opponent one time this year in 12 football games. They've outgained their opponent only one time. I think this will be the second time. I do like the Steelers. I ain't laying 6. But damn it, I'm going under 30.5. It's going to be a rock fight on Thursday night. Patriots, Steelers. For Brian Dacus, I'm John Harden. Get out there, make this world a better place. We'll see you at Ace Hardware tomorrow.
Pizza lovers and sports fanatics, Ferraro's Pizzeria is your Sunday ticket headquarters. Catch every pro game on multiple big screen TVs while enjoying $2 beers, $9 beer buckets, and mouth-watering pizza. We're talking the cheesiest, most delicious New York pizzas in town with all your favorite toppings. What are you waiting for? Grab your family and friends and get to Ferraro's, corner of Jackson and Main, just east of the Pyramid. Enjoy every pro game at Ferraro's Pizzeria and Cheesy Corner, your game day destination.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
The season has changed. You know how I know? It's finally here, the Family Leisure Christmas Sale. Excellent deals on pool tables, shuffleboards, and saunas. Oh, we're just beginning.